For this study, a really cool sing-along, Have You Ever Seen the Rain by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Introduction is going to sound like this: A minor, F, C with a cool riff, then C again with a second cool riff, and if we string them all together, your end result should sound like this. Now let's break that down, let's learn that, and let's get going with the first chord. We're going to focus more onto our fretting hand for starters. For those that are still new to guitar, it's a nice song to get going with. A minor, first finger on the second string, fingers 2 and 3 are going to take place on your second fret, 4th and 3rd strings. A minor. F is the sneaky one because finger 1 has to go flat across both strings 1 and 2 in the first fret. Second finger, third finger would look like this on strings 3 and 4. And then we change to C, which is going to look similar. You unflatten the finger. So your first finger now is only fretting the second string. Finger 2 and finger 3 now on the 4th and 5th strings respectively. Now we're going to introduce the strumming. The basic rhythm pattern as on the PDF, I'm assuming you have got your PDF in front of you, is going to be down, down, up, down. Okay. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down. Nice easy rhythm. If you find yourself naturally wanting to include an extra strum up after the 4, something like this. Down, down, up, down, up. If you find yourself doing that, please go ahead and keep it. Okay, so there's 2 ways to do it. The basic PDF one like this, down, down, up, down. And if you find that you want to add the extra upstroke, down, down, up, down, up. Both are quite acceptable. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit there, and I want to go through the changes slow motion. You got your A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down, down, up, down, F, and then C. Now what's very important as well is when you're playing the A minor, we need to make sure that we do not stroke this string. So A minor from the 5th string down, please. The F, I'm changing to F now, from the 4th string down. So for F, we do not play the top 2. And for the C, from the 5th string again, down. And then we're going to have the cool riff going, which I'm going to show you now, the fretting hand, what's happening there. First of all, my fingers are numbered. Make sure you use the same fingers that I'm using here for riff number 1. The tab is included on the PDF. And your first note is middle finger, 2nd fret, 3rd string. You pluck it, then you play the same string open, come up a string to string number 4, play it twice, and back down to string 3. On the numbering of the strings, what's very, very important to keep in mind as well is that your first string is always the bottom. So counting from the bottom, string 1, string 2, string 3, string 4, and so on. So if you take it slow motion now, as you can see, picking hand and fretting hand, riff number 1 should sound like this. I'm going to count in so you can join me. 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time. 3 and 4 and then after that you go to the C chord and you strum again. And then we have riff number 2. Now we're going to start that. We're going to focus more on the fretting hand again. Finger number 1 this time on the 2nd string. Then the open string. Middle finger comes into play again on the 3rd string. And then off. So slow motion. 1, 0, cross string, 2, 2, 0, and that's your second riff. And then again we focus left and right hands, and we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and want to join me again? 1, 2, 3, 4, and next step, is we're going to put the whole introduction together. One bar of A minor, one bar of F, one bar of C, riff number 1, another bar of C, riff number 2. Let's do that slow motion. Are we ready with our A minor? 1, 2, 3, 4, and F, C, back to C. Now your end result should be a little bit quicker once you got good at it. Your target speed would be something like this. Now be careful because the song sometimes is played a little bit too fast. It's not that quick if you listen to the original. Let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that last C that I played now is actually the first chord for the verse. Now, the verse is simply 4 bars of C. So you're going to play a C, you're familiar with this. You're going to do 2 bars of G and back to 2 bars of C. That would be the first and second line. Now, the rhythm pattern down, down, up, down, like we've discussed, but be careful because the C in the second line actually becomes 6 times in a row because it's 2 to finish off that line, followed by 4 more for the third line. But they don't like seeing it as 6. They want to see 2 for finishing the first line and then 4 for the next line. So I'm going to put it all together, zoom out back there, and this is probably the easiest part of the entire song, your verse. And remember that up strum I spoke about? Down, down, up, down, up. If you find yourself putting it in, go for it. You can put it in when you want, if you want, how you want. Make the song your own. But enough talking, let's get playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, C. Second time. Third time. Fourth time. G. Second time. Back to C. Last C. And beginning third line first C. Second. Third. Fourth. And G. And back to C. Now, if you want to get fancy on the very last C, when he goes, "I know, shining down like water," you can change that second C at the end of the verse to a C7. And all that means is you bring the pinky in like this onto the third string on the third fret. And listen how cool this is. I'm going to play the last line, so it's 2 Gs. And instead of 2 Cs, I'm going to play 1 C and then the pinky for the second C. Listen how cool this is. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you want to get very fancy to really build it up for the chorus, you can change your strumming or change your strumming pattern to something like this. Just to give that sort of effect of building up to hint that you're going to now change to the chorus. So your verse could go like this. G. That leads in so nicely when you go to the chorus. Now the chorus is the tricky part because you're going to have one F, you've done G, and you're going to have something that sounds like this. I'm going to play it through for you once. Here's your chorus. F, G, and then it's a picking, strumming combination. Let's have a look at the chords first. 1 bar of F, down, down, up. 1 bar of G, down, down, up, down. And now comes the fun. C. Now watch this ring finger here. All that happens is he slides one back like that. And I'm plucking strings 5, 4 and then strumming down up. Then for the A minor, he simply goes there. And again, 5, 4, down, up. Now with the strumming down up as well, you can actually, if you want to, strum 3, 4 or 5 strings. It's not that important. But the last chord, the A minor / G, pinky goes to the top, and it's quite okay for having this pinky touching this string so the string can't make a noise. It's actually a good thing to do that. And now you're going to pluck 6, 4, down, up. So let's take this again through slowly. C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to C with the B bass, A minor with the G bass. Now my C with the B bass there, I lost my bass note again, so we're going to do it one more time. But I think this time I want to include my picking hand so you can see the movement we're talking about. String 5, string 4, strum down, strum up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 3, 4. And if you're not sure the picking technique or the strumming technique combination with the picking, you can see up close there. 5th string, 4th string, down, up. 5th string, 4th string, down, up. So it's going to go. The bass notes are really important to make sure they come through nice and clear. And that's going to go through twice. So if I had to play through now, the entire chorus, you notice I'm rolling up my sleeve, very important, because sometimes the sleeve lies on the string. So if you're getting a dead note, just make sure your sleeve isn't lying on the string if you've got long sleeves. Okay, enough of that. We're going to do the chorus now the whole way through. 2, F, G, C, C with a B, A minor with a G, twice through, and then spot the difference for the third line. But here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the third line, F, G, and normal C, and that last little part was riff number 2. And that is Have You Ever Seen the Rain? I'm going to play it the whole way through now. From the intro through the verse or the chorus, if you want to play through with me, just to make sure you got the structure. I'm going to keep it at sort of more or less the correct pace. And let's see how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... And that is Have You Ever Seen the Rain? If you've got any questions, queries, or anything, you've got my WhatsApp details. Always welcome to hear from you. And have an awesome day. Thank you.